Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons LALATE, your $1,400 third stimulus check. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, Direct Express Card by Comerica, or big bank customer like Bank of America or Chase, is still coming. It's still coming. But it could be coming in the mail. Yes, and it could land in the mail today, as one viewer said in the video right before this. How do you know if your check's coming in the mail? How do you know if your check's coming by direct deposit? Is there a way to know what day the check will post by direct deposit? If it is, yeah, there is. How do you find out? You watch this video to the very end. I have all these details as I jump into the live chat with you and interact and answer your questions and help you see when and where your stimulus check's coming. This is Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are ya? It is April. Finally is upon us. It's birthday month in this channel, and this channel turns 1 year old on April 25th. So give it a birthday subscribe. Let's try to get to 400,000 subscribers by then. A couple weeks away. Let's do it. It's free to subscribe, and you don't want to miss a single video across the board. I'm next with you on Evenings LA at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be a huge show. Also, Hazard Pay. 90 minutes after that. Don't miss that live chat fest. I'm in the live chat, so say hi. Hi, how are you? I'm going to interact with you and answer your questions during this live broadcast right now. Also, like the video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. Let's try to do 3,000 likes. And if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. The $1,400 third stimulus check. Let me go back to some of the basics, which I haven't covered in a couple days. Let me do it right now. Who is not getting a check? You're not getting a check if you made over $75,000. You're not getting a check if you have a representative payee. And you're not getting a check if you're dependent on someone else's tax return. You're also not getting a check if you're a member of a household and the household has more than 4 people, because you may be that 5th person out, because they only go up to 4 people in the household. So are you getting a check then? Yeah. Okay. So now you know you're getting a check. Where are you getting the check? Where is it landing? It could land in a mailbox or it could land in a bank account. This is what's very important for you to know. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad Benefits, Veterans Benefits, Direct Express Card, Comerica, any of that, same answer. Could be in the mailbox or could be in the account. But wait a second, that's not fair. Well, that's the way they do it. But, nope, that's the way they did. They did for second stimulus, and they're doing it for third stimulus. How many of us? Is there any way to know? Nope, it's totally random. There is no manner or shape or form. Just some of you go in the mail, some of you don't go in the mail. Well, what day is it coming in the mail? There we go. This is an important one. The mail delivery day could be today, all the way to the end of next week, at least, because March 26 checks are just landing today. Yes, on April 1st, March 26 checks are landing nearly a week late. Tomorrow starts the checks for April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, so let's see if those are 7 days late. So you need to check the mail, check the direct deposit, and check the IRS.GOV tool every day. But I'm on Direct Express by Comerica. It's only coming by that. Oh, that's not true. Over 50% of you will never see it on that card. It's going in the mail. What about Bank of America Chase? Same thing. What about SSI and SSDI? I heard April 7th was the date. Nope, that's also untrue. SSI and SSDI has been getting stimulus checks since week 1, wave 1. And they got wave 2 and wave 3. They're going to get some more wave 4. And they could be in the bank or they could be in the mailbox. Well, how do I know what day it's in the bank? Let me explain that one. That one's really actually quite helpful. If you are a Direct Express by Comerica card holder, they only post them on Wednesdays, the drop day. Big banks, Chase, Bank America, Wells, anything that's big, They only drop them on Wednesday. Who drops the deposits early? Those are Green Dot, Green Emerald card by H&R Block, also TurboTax, also Net Spend, also releases the funds early. How early could I see it? Well, you could see it this Saturday, next Monday, or Tuesday. In some rare occurrences, it's Friday as well, but that's very, very well. Also included on the list is Chime. Chime sometimes posts it the same day. When is the next wave going out? It's going out this Friday. For just deposit? Nope, for mail and deposit. And there you are. With that, I think you're almost up to date so far to start us to get into the live chat. And let me jump into the live chat right now. Way to go. Let's see. It came in the mail. Sandy's friend got his check in the mail today. His check's date was March 26th, and he got it today, April 1st. Shows you how long it takes for it to come. There's Cindy Wolf. She's in the chat. She is Direct Express by Comerica. So hers could land next Wednesday, which is April 7th, or it could land in the mailbox anytime before then or after that. Let's see some more questions. It's sad how many people never got their check. That's from Cindy. It is true. And I have a lot of people who have not gotten their check. Bruce has a great question. What is their criterion for direct deposit versus mail? It can't be just random. It is actually random. They admitted last year. When second stimulus was landing, the news reporters noticed that suddenly mail checks were showing up for people who have direct deposit, and they asked Treasury, what's going on? And Treasury said, well, we decided to put some in the mail. Well, even if they got that first stimulus check by direct deposit, they were asked, they said, yeah. Was there any organization to it? They said no. So why are some getting in the mail and someone getting by direct deposit? No rhyme or reason. This time, they said something a little bit different, which actually was later wrong. Treasury 2 weeks ago said on a Monday, if you don't get the stimulus check by March 24th, you're only getting it in the mail. That was their statement after March 24th. They said if you don't get it by direct deposit on March 24th, you only get it in the mail. Well, that's since been revised by Treasury. So, great question. Thank you, Bruce Johns. Can I still get it if nothing is posted on the Get My Payment tool? Yes. So Maria Rivera has a great question. If you use the IRS.GOV tool and there is no result to it, can you still see it post? Yes. So this is what's going on. Every Friday, there's a new wave sent out. And then every Saturday, they update the tool to reflect who a check was sent to, whether it's direct deposit or mail the day before. And that tool updates itself on Saturday. So there's two possibilities for Maria Rivera and anyone else that has no results in the IRS tool. One, the tool doesn't work and the money has already been sent out in the mail. Or two, it does work and they haven't sent your money yet. Let me say that again. The first scenario is the tool is not working and they've already mailed your check. So they should have a mail result in there, but they don't have it in there for some reason. Or the tool is working and they just have not sent out your check and they're going to do it on Friday. There's Victor Navarro. So Chase Bank. Chase Bank is an easy one. Chase Bank is a big bank, and they only do the deposits on the 24th, the 31st, the 17th, the Wednesdays. So if you see anything from Chase, it would be on a Wednesday. If it's not there on a Wednesday, then it may be in the mail. So Donald Hawkins, he is a March 26th. He is a Wave 2 recipient, anticipated recipient. Wave 2 March 26th mail check. Hasn't gotten it yet. So don't worry because it's coming. Viewers have got to that March 26th today. It's coming. They went to the mailbox and they reported back, oh, finally this March 26th showed up. There's Shirley. Hello, Elliot. How are you? NASDAQ asks, Will we send you the direct deposit to your account below? How long does it take to get it? Okay, that's a great question. So if you go to the IRS.GOV tool and that shows a direct deposit date, that means that you will get it no later than that date. Some banks, again, will release the funds early, the ones I detailed early in this video, but the big banks, they release it on that date. I didn't get mine, and the tool says nothing. It says Holly, yes. Now I have a lot of viewers who got that first and second stimulus check, and the tool never said it was even coming. So it's important to understand is that sometimes the tool is just not accurate. So Jenny says the IRS tool just changed for herself. It used to say need more information. Now it says will give a date. That's really good. That might signal that something is changing in the tool. Angela, thank you for the dancing bear. It's a dancing bear. Dancing bear. Bear alert. There's a dancing bear. How are you? Thank you for the dancing bear, Angela. Got it through Chase, says Raymond. Congratulations, Raymond. He got it through Chase. Good, good, good. My bank notification told me a week ago it's pending on the 2nd. Now nothing for Direct Express Comerica. That is weird. That is from, who is that? I forgot who just said that. That was from Pat. I've never heard that before. There's a question from Donna K. When do the credit unions do the direct deposits? Generally, the credit unions do them on the Wednesday. Again, the only ones that generally release the funds early are the following: Green Dot, MetaBank, NetSpend, H&R Block, Green Emerald, also TurboTax, Chime, and Cash App. Let's see some more of the questions and comments. Jenny says the IRS.GOV tool never worked for her in over 4 weeks, and now it's suddenly giving a different result. IRS tool doesn't work for payees, says Jay Bond. Very interesting. How do I do that $10,200 amend on my daughter's taxes? Okay, great. I was gonna jump to that actually right now. So that's from Lorba. Ask a question about the $10,200. And Patricia's asking about Bank of America. Bank of America only posts on Wednesdays as well. So this is what Treasury said yesterday about the $10,200 for unemployment. Remember, the third stimulus package bill said your first $10,200 is tax-free for federal taxes of unemployment. If you made less than $150,000 last year, and the unemployment does not count towards the 150. Treasury then said, do not file amended return. We're going to get to you with information over the next few weeks. They finally did yesterday. If you have already filed a 2020 tax return and paid taxes for that first $10,200, great news. They are sending you a tax refund check. They say you don't have to do anything. They will calculate it and send you a tax refund check. They say it'll be coming in the month of May. Now, if you have not filed your tax return yet, there's 2 things to know. One, if you didn't have taxes taken out, well, don't pay taxes on the first $10,200 for federal. Remember, we're only talking about federal. 15 states say they're not going to follow it for purpose of state law. But if you did have taxes taken out throughout the year, while you're getting your unemployment benefits, this is what you need to know, is that IRS is giving other advisory how to ask for that back when you do your new tax return. Thank you, Patricia, for the dancing pear, or the dime lemon. I guess it's dime lemon. How are you? The dime lemon. Really appreciate that, Patricia. And there we go. Treasury has a lot of other things to give us updates about, including how to alert them about a child for purposes of that $4,400 of the child tax credit. Cindy, I got my stimulus check on the 24th of March. My other two stimulus checks came in the mail. The check on the 24th came by direct deposit to my bank account. The other checks before came in the mail. Wow. So that's the first time I've seen that from anyone. So Cindy's prior checks came in the mail, and this one came by direct deposit. Congratulations to Cindy. I used to have Direct Express last year, so I changed it to Chase last year. Will they have my current bank info? So Victor of Nevada with a great question. When would Treasury have your information to issue it to a new bank? Let me explain this one. If you sent IRS any new bank account information before the end of February and the tax return was processed and filed, they will send it to the new account. If you filed a tax return, let's say in mid or late February, and the tax return is still pending, it's too late. But anytime before that, if you got it filed and they did file it and it's done, it's not pending, then they will send it to the new address. That's a really great question. I haven't gotten one of those in a while. Let me jump into some more of the chats. Iris 2 is not working for me, says Lynn. Is the unemployment going to be extended in September, says LALATE. That's a really good question. First, no one has talked about it yet enough that you would sense it's a mainstream issue, number one. Number two, if they were going to do it, there's a question of how or where they would do it. I gotta say this, that $300 of FPUC is not a Democratic idea. That was the number that Mitch wanted last year. So if we go into September, unemployment numbers are still bad, Republicans may support just a standalone bill of FPUC 300 or UI or PUA extended. They might support it. It's a stretch because we're predicting what this economy is going to be in September. Now you saw the already part of afternoon's LA. The growth numbers for second quarter are expected to be 10%, which is enormous growth. If there is that enormous growth, unemployment may not be bad then. And if it's not bad, no Republicans could support extending unemployment. I do know that eviction moratorium, for example, will not be extended past June. So there's a series of things that Democrats are trying to say, we're not just going to do these anymore after about June. It's really dependent on where this labor market goes. If the labor market is not good still around that time, then yes, you could see it continue again. Ronald, Direct Express says, boy, Direct Express has been guilty of posting wrong information and posting information that's very old and leaving it up there. Around the 15th of March, Direct Express posted something to their website, posted something in a voicemail, and just left it there, or took it down and left it there. And it's been wrong. And so the notion, what Direct Express at one time was saying was that if you're on SSI and SSDI, you're not getting stimulus checks for several weeks. There was no way for them to know that, and was categorically wrong because Direct Express consumers got the stimulus checks on the 24th and the 31st. So it was just incorrect. A person who receives a check has no idea when someone's sending a check. That's the basic the concept. And so no one can ever say to you, I am telling you right now, no one's sending you the check out for several weeks. They don't know that. There's no way for anyone to know that. Phyllis, I'm not being notified when you're on. So Phyllis has a great question. So the way that notifications work on YouTube is the following. If you subscribe, you only get up to 3 or 4 notifications per day. But if you're a member, I can send you unlimited notifications per day. So every time I post that there's a new video, I send the message on the community page there's a new video, and it posts for both. I do one for members, I do one for non-members. Because members, I can send limited messages per day. There's what? I don't know, 8 videos a day, 10 videos a day. So they get the alert for every single video. If you're not a member, you may miss alert. Now, the other thing to do is just simply refresh the page or be familiar with the programming schedule so you don't miss as well. Shirley, LA, the tool is not working for me as well. I wish the government had set up that new rent assistance now through them and not through the states. Laura, that is what I said as well. I agree 100% with you, Laura. The rent assistance, which is among the items of the third stimulus package, are going to flow through the states. Rent, utilities, food. Well, food is federal government. Rent, utilities, mortgage assistance is all going to go through the states. And Nancy Pelosi in 2020 was going to set up a standalone bill that had a standalone operations where the federal government would run it. I don't know what happened along the way and why they agreed to send it to states. I just sense a lot of problems. But the sad thing about it is I can't really help you when it's on a state by state level. The community page can help you. The volunteers can help you find it, but it's not something I can record a video for because there's countless counties across the country. Can you talk about stolen checks? Okay, so yeah, let me go over that question. That's a question from Alan. Debit cards and checks. This is what's important to know. First, the reason why I want you to check the mail every day is for obvious reasons. One, I don't want you to throw away the check. Two, sometimes it gets stolen. I've had people send me private messages that says in their area, which is a small town, they have a lot of stolen stimulus checks. The other thing that people have been asking me today is, can anyone who gets your debit card use it in an improper way? Generally not. Debit cards, first of all, have a chip. Second, they have your name on them. Third, they have to be activated with your social security number and your date of birth. And if they don't know that information, they can't activate the card. Then when they go to the bank to get the money off the card, they have to present a driver's license that's you. So there's a really incredibly difficult task to steal the money off the card. This is different than the situation in which you have a card, you're going to buy some food at the drive-through, and they grab the card number from afar as you're using it. This is a card that has not been activated. It's not in the system. And they have to activate it. And if they don't have the information to activate it, it'll never be activated. So the likelihood of pilfering that money is slim. Shirley, LA, thank you. Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you for your help, says Cindy. I appreciate that. If you've not liked the video, make sure you hit that like button. Also, tell your friends to subscribe. Cries Monkey. Why does that tool not work for me, but work for my living girlfriend? The tool sometimes just doesn't work. There's a lot of reasons why the tool may not work, and I've done those videos as well. The tool sometimes doesn't work because it doesn't like the way you're typing in the address, meaning it doesn't like the abbreviation, the punctuation. There's a lot of apps you can look up the official way you type in your address. Sometimes it doesn't like you because of the way you type in the address. Other times, it just doesn't work for people. And there's no reason why. And then finally, the other reason it may not be working for you is because it has not sent out a stimulus check for you. And that seems like such an obvious answer, but it's true. Every Friday, they send out a new wave of stimulus checks. And this Friday, they're sending out another wave of stimulus checks. So if your stimulus check is this Friday, that's why you would not be in the tool yet, because they haven't sent out your check yet. And when they do, if it's this Friday, you would be in the tool that Saturday. So all those things are possible across the board. And wow, a lot of great questions. Let me jump back more into the live chat right now and see what other people are saying. What can people do with the stolen stimulus check paper? That I don't really know. Sandy, love that shirt. Well, I appreciate that. So let me give you the big updates on what's happening today that really unfolded in the last few minutes. First, Mitch McConnell, I think it's about 2 hours ago now, came out and said no Republican will support the fourth stimulus package. This is really good because by Mitch saying all the Republicans are going to oppose the fourth stimulus package, it has to go by reconciliation. In a way, I like that Mitch said it now. This is the first time I'm saying this. I like that Mitch said it now because it saves us time. The president could have spent 2, 3, 4 weeks talking to Republicans, say, hey, want to do it, hey. And then they come back and say, no, we're not going to do it. He could have wasted 4 weeks of our time talking to the Republicans. They came out within 24 hours saying, no, we're not doing it. So I like that. I hope that the president just goes right to recon, doesn't waste any time, just go right to recon. They said they don't want to do it. Don't waste our time talking to the Republicans. They don't want to do it. Just go right to recon. The thing that's also really good about this is that, and by the way, if you go right to recon, you save time. Don't wait and waste time another 3, 4 weeks talking to people who don't want to do it. But what's more important is that the Democrats who are in the Senate have already said they're going to go, Edward Scissorhands and just chop away at that bill when it lands there. And they're going to put reoccurring stimulus checks in there every month, about $1,400 to $2,000 until about the end of this year. So this is all great, huge news because now the president has to do what those Democrats in the Senate want to do. And whatever it has been over the last 2, 3 weeks, he has given in to every Democrat in the Senate. He has no choice. He has to do what they want to do. And if Leader Schumer is leading them to do something, he has to do it. So this is all incredible great news for you and the hope for reoccurring stimulus checks as we head into fourth stimulus across the board. Let me answer some more of your questions. Deborah, I already received my 2020 return. How do I apply for hazard pay? So hazard pay under the third stimulus package is on the 2020 or 2021 return as an earned income tax credit. But if it slides into fourth stimulus, it would be on it would be under the 2020 return as well. Crazy Monkey, can I still get my check April 7th? Yes, you could get your check, your third stimulus check any day this week by mail check. And you can also get it by direct deposit starting this weekend if you're at the smaller banks, Monday, Tuesday if you're smaller banks, or if you're Direct Express by Comerica or any of the big banks next Wednesday. IRS tool doesn't work for me either, says Shirley. What about Direct Express from Comerica? Nothing from them. Same thing. So Direct Express from Comerica, if you're a card holder with Direct Express by Comerica, you're either getting the stimulus check on the card on a Wednesday, whatever Wednesday it is, or it's in the mail. And the mail check could be any day. It could be any day. LALATE, why does our government keep on forgetting seniors? Victor, some viewers call it ageism. I particularly do not like that the president, every breath he makes, talks about children. It's just children and children and children and children. And there's another video and about children and another video about if you go to the White House's YouTube page, there's this video after video about children. I got it, but it's like it's overkill. It's like a comedian telling the same joke over and over again. Let me make another video about children. There's more people in this country than 4-year-olds. I don't know when this became a narrative just about 4-year-olds. So there is a big concern that the president is continually laser focused on one age bracket. Now that he has his policy for that one age bracket, is he done? No. Over the last 2 weeks, I said that the president reportedly has told his cabinet member to try to make the $250 a month or $350 a month child tax credit a lifetime benefit for 18 years. Imagine how many seniors who are watching this channel would love to get $300 a month until they're dead, or 18 years. Why are children who are 4 years old getting $300 a month for 18 years? And I'm not talking about, the pandemic. We're talking about 18 years. So there is this thing that's going on about talking with children that keeps on repeating itself. And ultimately, I'm not your policymaker. I'm not writing his policies. But, there's enough online reports to talk about where this money is going. And you can ultimately have your opinion as well, where where 4-year-olds are putting $300. They're news Earth to Mars. They're not physically getting the $300. The parents are getting the $300. So the parents are going to decide where they're going to put the $300 every month for those children. Yeah, a lot of people call it ageism. A lot of people call it ageism because there's way too much focus on little kids and not enough children, and not enough focus on people who aren't little kids. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense across the board. And with that, thank you for joining me on Afternoons LA. What a big recording. Let me tell you the big breaking news if you're just joining me is the following. I'm back with you on Evenings LA at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then the hazard pay 90 minutes thereafter. Mitch McConnell has now come out and say the Republicans will oppose the forced stimulus package, which is great because we go right to recon, which is great. The Democrats will put the reoccurring stimulus checks in there. Number two, GDP numbers came in. They're very good for first quarter U.S. today. This is growth number, how strong the economy is. But they're projecting really strong numbers for the second quarter. The unemployment numbers came out today. They were worse. California grew. Unemployment claims continue to grow higher, not better. And long-term unemployment numbers still stayed high, so did not improve. Also, the president announced that he has dispatched his education secretary to determine the legal validity of forgiving $50,000 of student loan debt. And that determination will be done in the next 2 weeks if he can do it by executive order. All those details and more coming up on Evenings LA. That's going to be a huge broadcast. There's just so much news happening across the board. If you have not hit that like button, like the video, it really helps. Tell your friends to subscribe. If you missed today's recordings because you're out at the casino, go back and watch the earlier recordings for today. Thank you, Angela, for the super chat. And with that, I'll see you tonight on Evenings LA. Stay informed, stay focused, and save LA for more.